There comes a moment in life when you pause and realize that something has been steering your decisions far more than you ever imagined. Not logic, not wisdom, but emotion. It slips in quietly through a glance, a word, a memory, and suddenly, you're no longer in control, Dot. It's like being a passenger on a train you never meant to board. One moment you're calm, and the next you're drowning in anger, or fear, or sadness. And you ask yourself, how did I get here? That question isn't just a whisper. It's a lifeline. Most people live their lives dragged by invisible currents. They don't see the patterns, the triggers, or the emotional loops that shape their everyday responses. They think they're reacting to the world, but really, they're echoing their past. Imagine your life as a ship tossed around in a storm. The waves are your emotions, and for years, you've been trying to sail without a captain. Today, that changes. But let me warn you, fear will come dressed in logic. It'll wear a tie, speak softly, and convince you not to move. Fear doesn't always scream, it whispers, and it's very good at pretending to protect you. And then there's anger, a fire that ignites when we feel cornered, disrespected, or hurt. But here's the truth. The longer we carry anger, the heavier it becomes. We don't throw it at others. We burn ourselves with it, slowly. Sadness, too, plays its role. It doesn't always arrive with tears. Sometimes it comes in silence, in stillness, in that feeling of heaviness that makes getting out of bed feel like lifting mountains. But it's there. And when we ignore it, it grows roots. Let's not forget the toxic smile, the fake cheerfulness we wear, so the world doesn't ask questions. We've been taught to stay positive, so often that we bury what we really feel. And like anything buried, ... it finds a way to come back. Even grief has been misunderstood. We rush past it, as if speeding through the valley of sorrow would bring us faster to peace. But grief isn't a detour. It's a necessary bridge. Cross it fully, and you arrive lighter on the other side. You see, emotions are visitors. They're not permanent residents. They knock, they enter, and if allowed, they leave. But too often, we not only let them in, we build them a room and give them the keys. Before we go any further, pause for a second. What emotion has been living rent-free in your mind lately? Is it fear? Is it resentment? Is it guilt? Share that in the comments. You're not alone. Sometimes, the loudest emotion isn't loud at all. It's pride. It walks tall, chest out, pretending to be strength. But more often than not, pride is just pain that learned how to put on armor. We hide behind it because we're scared to be seen. Truly seen. And what about guilt? Guilt is like a domino. One small event, one poor decision, and suddenly, every room in your heart starts collapsing. Not because of what happened, but because you never gave yourself permission to heal from it. There's also a voice inside you. A small, still voice. The one you used to trust before the world told you not to. That's your intuition. It doesn't scream. It guides. And when you ignore it long enough, you lose your direction and a piece of yourself. Look around. Society teaches us to react, to clap back, to prove a point. But reaction is survival mode. It's impulsive. Response that comes from mastery. It's quiet, calculated, powerful. The world doesn't need more reactions. It needs more wise responses. You can't master your emotions in the past. That moment is gone. You can't change it. The future? It hasn't arrived. The only place you have full authority is now. This second, right here. And every second you delay is another second emotions rule. Start with breath. Yes, breath. Controlled. Breathing is the anchor in emotional storms. When the heart races, the breath shortens. But if you choose to breathe slowly, you send a signal to your entire system. I am safe. That alone can shift your mood. And understand this. Not all emotions are yours. Some were taught. Some were inherited. You absorbed them from parents, teachers, past trauma. But what's learned can also be unlearned. Stop comparing your emotions to others. Just because someone looks composed doesn't mean they're fine. We all carry storms differently. Your chaos doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And your healing, your timeline, is your own. Be honest. When you're overwhelmed, where do you run? Food? Your phone? Endless scrolling? The truth is, we've all built escape routes. But the more we run, the more the emotion chases. What we avoid intensifies. And here's the secret no one tells you. The body always knows. Long before you understand what you're feeling, your body feels it. In the gut, in the shoulders, in the chest. Start listening. Your body isn't betraying you, it's speaking for your heart. Some people think mastering emotions means becoming cold, distant, stoic, but that's not mastery. True mastery is feeling deeply without being destroyed. It's crying without collapsing. It's loving without losing yourself. It's strength with softness. There's a battle inside you between what you feel and what you know is right. You want to stay calm, but anger pushes. You want to forgive, but resentment pulls. Mastery isn't about not feeling. It's about choosing which voice to follow. And maybe the most freeing truth of all, other people's emotions are not your responsibility. You are not obligated to carry the weight of their storms. Compassion is good, but not when it sinks. Your ship. The same way trauma installs negative triggers, healing can install positive ones. You can build anchors, rituals, words, memories that calm you, center you, and bring you back home when everything feels like it's falling apart. There's a quiet place within you, a sacred space where no fear can enter, no shame can live. It's not outside, not in achievements, not in validation. It's in you, always was. You just stopped visiting. For many, prayer is more than ritual. It's alignment. It's stepping out of chaos and stepping into clarity. When you close your eyes and speak with the Creator, it's not about asking sometimes, it's just about being. And in that stillness, healing happens. Gratitude is not denial. You can be in pain and still be thankful. Gratitude is the shield you raise in battle, not because you ignore the wounds, but because you refuse to let the wounds define the war. Emotional mastery doesn't mean shutting down. It means opening up to the right things. It takes more courage to feel everything than to feel nothing. Cowards numb. The brave embrace. And when crisis hits, emotions get louder, fear yells, doubt whispers, sadness floods. But crisis is also a mirror. It shows you who you are when nothing is certain. And sometimes it reveals strength you never knew existed. Look at your relationships. They don't reflect who others are, they reflect what you carry inside. If you're constantly drawn to chaos, maybe chaos feels familiar. If peace feels uncomfortable, maybe you've lived too long without it. Sometimes the most powerful messages are spoken without words. In silence, the soul speaks. A sigh, a pause, a glance toward the floor. These are emotional languages, and those who truly listen can hear everything. There is a sacred thread between emotion and spirit. When the soul is wounded, the heart bleeds. And when the heart is healed, the spirit sings. Ignoring your emotional world is like silencing half your being. Look around you. The ocean doesn't resist the tide. Trees don't fight the wind. The sun doesn't apologize for shining. Nature feels, flows, and surrenders. It's a quiet teacher reminding you that peace comes not from resistance, but from rhythm. And then there's forgiveness. One of the hardest, most misunderstood choices we'll ever face. Forgiving is not forgetting. It's refusing to be chained to pain. It's saying, you hurt me, but you can't have the rest of me. Discernment is the compass of emotional maturity. Not every feeling deserves a reaction. Not every urge deserves an answer. When you begin choosing your responses, that's when you begin choosing your future. But be careful with the illusion of control. You won't master every moment. You won't silence every storm. Mastery isn't about eliminating the chaos. It's about not letting it enter your core. That's where peace begins. Time is a strange healer. What breaks you today might build you tomorrow. Let the clock do its work. Let the seasons shift. Healing is not a race. It's a rhythm. And your rhythm doesn't have to match anyone else's. Little emotions left unspoken become large emotions that scream. You don't have to shout to be heard. You just need to acknowledge, to admit, to breathe and say, yes, this is here, and I am strong enough to face it. There's power in having one person who listens, a friend, a mentor, a journal. Sometimes saying it out loud takes the poison out of the pain. Darkness hates the light, and your voice is a beam of it. Ask yourself this. What are you feeding your soul? Is it truth or noise, stillness or stimulation? Every day we digest not just food, but thoughts, images, conversations. And what you consume emotionally shapes what you become. Tears are not a sign of weakness. They are release, redemption, a sacred overflow of what words cannot carry. When you cry, you do not break, you empty, and what empties can be filled again with something new. Repetition is often dismissed, but it's one of the greatest tools of transformation. The more you practice awareness, the easier it becomes to catch yourself in the moment. Discipline is not punishment. It's freedom. Disguised as routine, patience will test you. It will stretch you. It will make you feel forgotten. But patience isn't passive. It's power under control. To wait without bitterness. That's emotional strength. Most people never develop that. It's the small things that shape you. The way someone looks at you. The tone in their voice. A memory from childhood. Emotional mastery is not about the grand moments. It's forged in the daily grind, the ordinary, the unnoticed. And here's a truth few accept. You can rewrite your emotional story. You can revisit old memories and choose to see them differently. Not to lie to yourself, but to find new meaning. To see the lesson instead of just the pain. But if you ignore your emotions too long, your body will speak. Through tension, fatigue, illness. When the heart is silenced, the body becomes its messenger. And the message is always this: something inside needs attention. Every small victory counts. Every time you paused instead of yelling. Every time you chose to breathe instead of react. Celebrate that. No one may see it, but you felt it. And that's enough. Eventually, something shifts. You no longer explode. You pause. You observe. You understand. And in that quiet gap between stimulus and response, a new version of you is born. And when you find your voice, don't keep it to yourself. Share what you've learned. Not to preach, but to inspire. Someone out there needs your story, your scars, your survival. Speak so others can begin. And finally, mastery is not a destination. It's a journey of humility, of falling and rising, of learning and unlearning. The moment you believe you've fully arrived, you stop growing. So stay a student, stay open, stay human.